few years ago my wife bought me this Bear Grylls Gerber knife. It's the Bear Grylls Scout knife. It's a folder. It came really sharp. It still is really sharp. I haven't had to sharpen it since she bought it for me. I think there wasn't an option to get it as a fine blade. It had the serrations on it. It comes with a belt clip, and it's a really nice small camping knife. The blade on it is, I think, just over 3 inches long, something like that. Yeah, so it's just over 3 inches long. So in the UK, 2 reasons. One, it's over 3 inches. 2, it's locks. It's not sort of friction. There's a locking mechanism on the back there. You're not able to carry this out and about with you. I don't carry a knife out about with me anyway. I don't see any reason to do that. But I do take this with me if we go camping, hiking, that sort of thing. Just to reiterate, if the police were to find that on you with no good reason, you're going to have a very bad day and you'll get arrested. So I was on mooching around Aliexpress. I can't even remember what I was looking for, and I came across its bigger brother. Now I know that is the real deal. Not so sure on this one. You know, good old Aliexpress, you get a lot of good stuff on there, but it is what it is anyway. And for the sum total of, I think it was £22, I couldn't pass up not buying it, if nothing else, just to see what it looks like. And let's face it, a knife's a knife. I'm not precious about, you know, for one thing, I'm not going to spend £200 on a knife or anything like that in any case. There were the 2 options. This is the Ultima, and I think there's the Ultimate Pro, which has a different sheath on it, which I wasn't a big fan of, that design. So I went for that one. So it comes with this sort of cordura sheath. On the back of it, we've got some instructions for signalling people if you've been lost in the wilderness, that sort of thing. I just quite liked it, really. I mean, love him or hate him with Bear Grylls. I think if you didn't have the sort of the orangeness, if you like, on it, you know, some people find that a bit sort of garish, and I can totally understand why. But if it's getting dark and you drop this and it's all black or green or bushcrafty colours, you're probably going to have a bit of an interesting time trying to find it. It comes with a few features as well. So we've got a little whistle here on a lanyard. There is a I can never pronounce this, a ferrocerium, a fire starter thing, you know what I'm talking about. And that is properly tight in there. I've seen on some people saying they're loose. That's not coming out on a month of Sundays. And there is actually a rubber O-ring on that to stop it from getting water and things in the holder. I thought that was quite interesting. So we'll take the knife off here. Oh, before I do, also on the back there's a sharpening stone, one of these sort of diamond surface sharpening stones on there, so that's quite useful. I'm actually just bought some things to make myself a strop, and I've got some Japanese whetstones as well, so I tend to use those for knife sharpening. Let's just take it out there. It's held in there tight. I mean, that thing, that thing is not coming out. That might wear over time, but on both sides of that, if you can see, it's detented, so it's held in there quite tightly. There's 2 versions of this. There's one like the younger cousin with the serrations on. I bought the fine version of this. On the back of it, you've got some, you've got quite a coarse edge there for the fire steel, for your fire lighting and things like that. You know, I'm not going to do it in here because I don't really want to set anything alight, but they obviously come, most of these come painted, so they don't degrade, so bear that in mind if you're ever using one of those. You're going to have to scrape the paint off it first of all. So yeah. There's some holes through it to be able to tie it to a pole or something if you want to use it for, I don't know, spear fishing or something. Not that I think there's any need for me to do that in the UK. You've got a metal pommel end, which is quite nice. The grip is rubberized, and it does sit quite comfortably in, well, in my hand anyway, it does sit quite comfortably in the hand. I mean, £22, you can't go wrong really. Blade length is 4 3/4 inches, just under 12.5 centimetres. I think this will do the job nicely, and if it does break, well, I'm not really going to cry about it. It's £22, you know. I haven't used it in earnest yet. It is sharp. It'll cut through, you know, the old paper slicing thing. It does that quite happily. So does this, incidentally, and as I say, I've had that a few years and it still will slice through sheets of paper, no problem at all. So yeah, as is often the case, I'll sometimes be mooching around on Aliexpress, come across something that might be interesting, and God, it's so tight to get in there. There we go. That's not going to get lost, is it? And yeah, can't help myself, but for, as I say, £22, can't really go wrong. Incidentally, if anybody knows if you can buy these this backing and strap system here, you can actually take the whole thing off. That is velcroed on as well, so you can just pull that off and have it just like that as your own. The belt loops on, there's a belt loop on the back here, which isn't, I mean, the only kind of, well, I don't think any of my belts are going to go through that, to be honest. There's some strap in there, so you might be able to strap it onto your rucksack perhaps, but to be honest, with things like this I tend to keep them inside rucksacks, out of view of people, because some people do tend to get a little bit nervous with knives if they're not used to using them or seeing them. And yeah, this is elasticated here, so there is sort of some movement on there if you put it on your belt. So there we go. I'm unsure if it's an actual Gerber. That text there looks a bit ropey to me, which tells me it's not, but as I say, so for £22 it'll be a more than adequate knife for camping and general camping and hiking type duties. Oh, sorry, one other thing you get is the Bear Grylls what to do if you're up in the creek without a paddle. So priorities of survival, that's what it is, yeah. So yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye for now.